So we just got off the bus stop at tour stop 4 for the beginning of the Sand Bench Trail. Okay, so this is the beginning of the trail. We're going to cross right here and follow up the sand bench, make that little loop. So at the Court of the Patriarchs here we have 3 mountains that were named for the patriarchs in the Old Testament: Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we have those mountains right here in front of us. The bus just unloaded, so there's quite a few people here at the moment. I'm going to let them clear out a little bit. And here we have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Virgin River right in front of us. We're going to cross that. And we're on our way. So this sand bench trail is also used for a horse trail, and apparently mules, as we see in front of us here. We've just started the trail, so never did this before. We'll find our way. Looks like we head down this way. A beautiful start. And it looks like a mule ride is just ahead of us, about to get underway. And we've got us a raging river right here as we cross the bridge. The Virgin River. Looks like a man-made fall right there, at least partially. Okay, so let's begin our hike in earnest. Has about a 466-foot elevation on this trail. I think it's about 4 miles round trip. It's kind of a lollipop trail. You head out, make a loop, and come back in the way we came out. So already amazing views with the sunlight in the early morning just lighting up these formations. Wow. So far, this is a very sandy trail, as you can see here, fairly deep. I guess it's good for the mules. Oh, look at this little surprise we got. They do have work crews cleaning this up. They're out on the trail now. So the sand makes it a little harder for walking, but not too bad. And we have our first junction. We're heading left. Well, they say this trail in the summer can be rather brutal with the heat. But right now, with the spring runoff and with the lush green vegetation, it's actually very beautiful. I did not bring any hiking poles. We're going to have to cross this little stream. And let's see how we're going to do this without getting too wet. Okay, we'll cross on this. Oh, okay, not so bad. Let's head across. Look at that green foliage at this time of year. It's May 9th. Just beautiful and very cool here. Well, after that creek bed, the trail switched back a little bit. We've reached this portion of the trail, and it's actually paved here. A little bit of pavement makes it a lot easier. We're beginning to climb up. And very quickly we reached the loop trail. So 2.5 miles, we're going to head to the right and enjoy this. See what adventure it brings. I know later on in the trail, the sand bench, I've read, was formed from a landslide, I think in 1995. And this trail is going to walk up along that bench. So I think we probably have not hit the landslide area yet. I think it becomes much more desert-like at that point. Let's see. Well, constant uphill in the sand can take a little bit out of you. But fortunately today it's cool, probably about 60 degrees. But keep that in mind if you do this in the summer. That sand can drain you just a little bit. But we have to stop, get our eyes off the sand, and take a look at this magnificent beauty that's surrounding us. It really is an unbelievable feeling of freedom and space walking in these places. Well, after that somewhat steep climb, made more ponderous by the sand, it looks like this is the top. We're looking at the Watchman there in the center of the picture. This appears to be the highest elevation point. I think the trail is going to drop down into a little swale here and then come up on the other side as we loop around. But these plants are just magnificent. A couple up ahead of me, they're from Quebec. and they are French Canadian. We had a nice little chat. It's always good to know you have some hiking buddies on the trail. This is amazing, awesome scenery here on the Sand Bench Trail in Zion National Park. Incredible. We're walking across the landslide. And like I said, I think it was about 30 years ago. Looks like the majority came down right here in front of us. I'm amazed at how the vegetation has made this so beautiful here. I don't know the details, but I did hear that several tourists were trapped here for several days after that landslide. It sounds like they had a happy ending from what I understand. And it looks like this is the top of the loop with the mule stables. Well, I don't know if I call it a stable, but this is where they pen the mules up. And now we're heading back. We've reached at least the halfway point. Probably won't film as much on the way back. But here we go. All right, we're continuing on our way. Right down here is tour stop 3. So we're walking parallel to the road. We're going to head up to tour stop 4. And that will complete our journey. And perhaps one more view down at the river and the park road. These prickly pear are blossoming all over the trail now on this side of the ridge. So I'm back at the point of the loop, and I'm just going to head straight back out the way we came. So this trail was very enjoyable, very scenic on a cool, dry day like today. Not bad, just a little tough walking through the sand at points, but beautiful trail. The Sand Bench Trail. Outstanding views of the Patriarchs, surrounding area, the river and the road. About 4 miles. Very enjoyable. Keeping an eye on my steps here. We're almost out, switching back down here. So I'd recommend the trail. Perhaps avoid it in the summer when it might be a little more difficult. Beautiful wildflowers this time of year. In May. Alrighty, so hope you enjoyed the little hike of the Sand Bench Trail, Zion National Park in Utah.